Welcome to the II Preview Show with me, Davey B, and Spencer Sabaton. We're going to be previewing this evening's meeting at Harlow, which is live on RPG TV and SIS. Let's get into the action. Race 1 is an A7 over 415 metres. Time Up in 1, Roseville Eva in 2, Smith's Lola in 3, Wilshire Maggie in 4, Penny's Kaiser in 5, and in 6, Rallying Dash. Spencer, what do you fancy?
I think it's a straight match between 4 and 5. 4's been stopped 3 or 4 times last week on the run-up alone. Was drawn the other way round with 3 last time. I think they're drawn the right way round and it'll be a clean run to the corner. Can't have 1. It's rails to middle, and I think it's absolutely speedless. 2's also paceless. And first run over from Central Park. It's been running in marathons and stuff. I think Central Park's a poor graded dog anyway, to be honest. Can't have Rally and Dash. It won an awful race last time where everything tripped over at the corner. Penny's Kaiser's going to probably lead about 10 lengths down the back, but needs gas mask coming home. So I think 4-5 reverse forecast is the play. I'd have to be a Wilshire Maggie just on the chance that she gets first run and runners in behind. But even if she turns behind, I don't think anything else could pick up 5 in a clean run race. So, I mean, 5, despite being A7, is probably the fastest dog to the corner at Harlow. I'm not saying it just because of sectionals. It's been there, done it. I think if it tracks level, it leads anything. But it just doesn't stay at all, and it can't sprint. Couldn't make it up. It's not a great sprinter with all the pace it's got, but it's what it is. But 4-5 versus forecast, 4 probably the play. But I wouldn't put anyone off Dutchin.
So Spencer's selection in race 1 is trap 4, Wilshire Maggie, and he'd play the forecast 4 and 5, and he wouldn't mind going Dutch either. Race 2 is an A6 over 415 metres. Triangle Bilko in 1, Killoran Masterman in 2, Shearer's Breeder in 3, Rider Is It in 4, At Your Ease in 5, and in 6, Strictly Jester. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Very much race to the corner. I think whatever lead round the first probably wins unless the front runner falls in a hole very, very quickly. 6 comes out of skew with. You can't rely on it at the minute anyway. I don't think it drives the bend when there's company with it. It'll drive Ben fine in front, but I can't see it getting in front. Don't think it can clear 5. 5's outgraded. It's got sexy sectionals in poor races, but I don't take much notice of sectional times. I'd rather see it in the eyes. And it's just leading up slow dogs to the corner. 4 has been running awful for the last 4 weeks. Is it in season? Don't know. But last 4 weeks has been very flat, very poor. 1 couldn't possibly lead 2 up, starting now. Level break, no way it sees 2. 3, if 3 turns second to 2, I'll be worried, but that'd be the only one I'd worry about picking up 2. So Killer and Rasterman for me. I think if it was a sprint, it would be about even money. Just the extra, 190 odd metres that could something pick it up maybe, but not for me. I think it gets too far clear. It'll get to the front. Race of front runners, gets to the front, stays there for me. So Killer and Rasterman for me.
So Spencer's selection in race 2 is trap 2, Killoran Masterman. Race 3 is a D4 over 238 metres. Pick Me Up Paula in 1, Rahivera Babe in 2, Cold Shoulder in 3, Astute Diamond in 4, What Will Be in 5, and in 6, Distant Pearl. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Can't be with 6 because might well trap, may well lead, but it's going to be out of the way at the corner anyway. It probably runs an extra 50 metres to the rest of these dogs. 5 won a D4 last time. A much weaker D4 than this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs downgraded. 4's a bit of a has-been dog. It was a very good dog, but just I think it may have got a bad injury and come back. It was always a sprinter, so, but I just don't think it has the early boot anymore to the corner. 3 is a slow away, early paced dog, the type that will send you skin. Showed a lot of pace on his first run. Second run, meh. Last week, didn't show much for me. 2 has not shown me anything to think it's going to be a sprinter. If it does take off, fair enough, but it's not showing me anything to the corner with 4 bend dogs. Mum's fancy absolutely embarrassed it to the corner when they want to run over 4 bends together, and that has 1 sprint. And if it goes level to the corner, it will move off. I think 1's got a big downgrade compared to the other 3 that are downgraded. I think Groves Hill Dream, Dava Luke, Dance Ronnie are all much better dogs. Westland Meave would probably be a favourite in this as well. We'll stick to the rail. So I think it's got a nice draw. Pick Me Up Paula for me in 1 on the chance that 2 edges off going up level.
So Spencer's fancy in race 3 is trap 1, Pick Me Up Paula. Race 4 is an A6 over 415 metres. Castle Jane Lucy in 1, Moss Row Chris in 2, Dance Ronnie in 3, Sut Shamey in 4, Culmore Elsa in 5, and in 6, Beautiful Blaze. Spencer, what do you fancy?
One's absolutely taken off last week. The season date, I think you're probably short of being right. If I remember rightly, at Peterborough, she come right early. Whether or not it was the right date written down, I don't know. But I mean, it's lost 8 lengths to the corner last week, stumbled start. The only issue I've got is it does make a habit of it a bit. So, I mean, if it trapped level, I mean, it's lost 8 lengths and only been beaten 2 lengths by Dance Ronnie in 3 and absolutely taken off down the back, and it's a front running dog. I think 2's a trapper that lacks early. Such Shamey in 4 pass, don't know. Bit long in the tooth for me. Don't think 5 can lead, which stops it being a runner. I think 5 stops 6. I don't think. I mean, I know 6 banged out the other week, but it's led up that Revere Babe dog that I can't have sprinting for me. So yeah, I built Castle Jane Lucy. Last week was a massive run, massive eye catcher. Thought it lost that 8 lengths in running, only beat 2 lengths by dog, finished second. Break level, and I think it wins.
So Spencer's selection in race 4 is trap 1, Castle Jane Lucy. Race 5 is an A5 over 415 metres. Savannah Treacle in 1, Sober Spy in 2, Hollyhill Sydney in 3, Headford Anna in 4, Decisive Maria in 5, and in 6, Diesel Freya. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Well, if I was just a comment watcher and I see Savannah Treacle always led 5.5 lengths, I would not have believed you. It's an absolutely raving loon. Waits in front, finds company, finds a friend, runs around with that. And it's banged out Maidall, outpaced everything, not shown any sort of looniness at all. It's got a chance to do it again. I think whichever breaks out of 1-2 has got a dream frame up, but they're both liable to missing it, which is half the battle. I think 3, 4, 5, 6 all have to lead. Not entirely sure Headford Anna will stay. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. I mean, she's been picked up quite a few times in sprints by faster dogs, but I don't think they'd stay either. Was it Moaning Diablo was going off in A7s, 2s on, and not staying at all, and run past on the run-in. So just puts a little bit of doubt in my mind. Holly Hill Sydney led up Blind Stew quite a long way. Blind Stew actually embarrassed it down the back straight. Blind Stew's got to be off the front, in my opinion. So I think it needs dogs to trip over behind it to not get picked up. I think 5's graded. 6, don't think 6 can clear 5, which stops it, and it's not a big fan of company at the corner. Runs in front, but if it's not in front, then it's a little bit nervous. So I think 2 and 1 have a bit of a match, whichever traps out of 2. I've sided with 2, but I'd not be surprised if 1 won.
So Spencer's selection in race 5.
I think it's a bit of a downgrade for Sober Spy.
Sober Spy. Race 6 is a D4 over 238 metres. Leah's Genuine in 1, Burgess Romeo in 2, Slip Along Queen in 3, Join Me in 4, Cloncunny Tara in 5, and in 6, Canturk Jim. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Quite strong on the 1. Got our friend Burgess Romeo that gave us a dream draw last time I was on. Middle run up. And 1 looks to be tight rails. So it's going to have half of Essex to run in. 6 probably be a bit of a danger, but if they went up level, I think 1 would take it on the inside line because 6 stays high, wide, handsome. Slip Along Queen has 1 bad races. I mean, you can only beat what's put in front of you, but I think once it gets put in with moderate company, then doesn't want to be there, doesn't like running with dogs around it. Join Me was a dog I really liked when it first came to Harlow. I thought it'd be a decent sprinter. I think it's been knocked about too much now. They're all going to go in barring 2, they're all going to go in a straight line to the corner. I think 2 just gives 1 all the room. And 6 ain't going to drive the bend. It's just going to go around, plod around the outside. So 1 on the draw. I think it's got a lovely draw. Genuine. Leah's Genuine.
So Spencer's selection in race 6 is trap 1, Leah's Genuine. Race 7 is an A6 over 415 metres. Make Sense in 1, Pyraza in 2, Filfin Tornado in 3, Shell Sabor in 4, Willbrook Freeway in 5, and in 6, True Mount Ruby. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Narrowed it down to 3 runners, 1, 3 and 4. I think 6 is still outgraded. Can't have it as a runner anyway. Willbrook Freeway took a bad false step down the back last week, and the last 2 bends it looked a bit sore. So I ain't taking a chance for that. I don't think it didn't look sound. Whether or not it is, don't know. But I'd not have the money on the chance the way it stepped down the back. 4 was it unlucky last time? It was unlucky not to have made a race out of the race last week. I think it was about half a length off from clear and got its napped off, moved off, skittled the outside 3. Phil Fenn Tornado's probably got a bit of a frame up and is the strongest finisher. I mean, one is a slow away finisher, but it's not the strongest finisher. So if just going to have a frame up and going to be the finisher, I'd rather it be the strongest finisher, and it's not. I mean, if 3 and 1 were level down the back, I think 3 wins every day in a match. I think 2's outgraded, and the last 2 races over sprints have put in a big easy to the corner. Been probably, I think it was 2 lengths clear last week. Big easy, come out of it. 4th, finished 2nd. And the week before, put in a big easy as well. And I don't normally go back more than 5 races. But I went back and wasn't doing it before. So whether it's feeling something, don't know. But definitely eased the last twice. And I don't think it's this grade of A6 anyway. It's won an A6, but I don't think it's this grade. So I've ended up on 1, 3, 4. I think 4 leads. 3 probably second, 1 third. But I go on 4, just a chance of getting first run this week. I thought I was desperately unlucky last week not to clear.
So Spencer's selection in race 7 is track 4, Shale Sebor. Race 8 is an A7 over 450 metres, Dance Poppy in 1, Emer's Blondie in 2, Sizzling Tara in 3, Black Rose Feet in 4, Ballistic Molly in 5, and in 6, Making Waves. Spencer, what do you fancy?
I think 2 to place could be one of the best bets on the night. It's won 2 out of 41. And you can't be unlucky 39 times. I'm not a believer in bad luck. Yes, bad draws, but can't be unlucky 39 times. I just don't think it wins. It's not a dodge. It's not. It doesn't not want to win. It just can't win because the dimensions of the track it's been at hasn't suited the dog. I'd love to see it over 480 somewhere. I don't think it stays particularly well. I mean, it's been over the trip. I'd like to see it at 480, 500 somewhere. I mean, it's not going to be an open class dog, so you can forget that. But just for a spin round, see what sort of time it would do. Because I think it would do plenty good enough time. 1's a fronty, 3's a fronty, 4's limited, 5's a fronty, 6 is a fronty. 6 edges across on the run up. So if 5 doesn't out-trap 6, I think there could be trouble there. But I'd fully expect 5 to bang out and lead. Be a travesty if it didn't, in my opinion. 3's a fronty in bad races, but this isn't a bad enough race for it to lead, so I can't possibly see it leading. 1 has led up okay dogs. I mean, it's not prolific as 3 out of 22. So 2 edges middle on the run-up, but it's so slow away that it can run wherever it wants. So I can't see 5 dogs going around without touching each other, but I don't know if 2's actually good enough to pick 5 up. If 5 led, I'd expect 5 to win. But I think it's just 2 from 41 is just, she doesn't feel any confidence to bet it. I'd bet it to place, no problem. 2 and 5 probably reverse forecast. I mean, I'm going to say I fancy 2, but I ain't betting it. I'll bet it to place, but I can't bet it to win because I just don't think it wins. So 2's a selection, but it's a bet to place as opposed to win.
So Spencer's selection in race 8 is trap 2, Emer's Blondie, to place. Race 9 is a D4 over 238 metres. Tom's Cloder in 1, Pinto's Boy in 2, Illusion in 3, Snapchat Law in 4, Fengate Posh in 5, and in 6, Mooncoin Hope. Spencer, what do you fancy?
This race got a big fat line through it as soon as I saw it. It's a race where I put the kettle on, have a cuppa, come back and leave money in Betfair account. Look, if it was a 4-Ben race, 1 and 2 are your only runners. Can't for the life of me have 3. 5, I think, is a bad one, but it likes something in front of it if it turns second. More Corn Hope can ping the lids, but not much speed. If Borniska Rose was in this race, it'd probably be favourite. And Pinto's Boy beat it last time in D4. The Decoy Woody form doesn't look great now. It's not done much on the upgrade, so it's probably just looked good with bad dogs. Tom Cloders comes second to Lockdown Kate. Best Wish, We Bark's irrelevant because I don't think that'd be a runner in this race. I think Lockdown Kate and Best Wish would also be favourites in this. So I'd probably just side with 1, with it being a bigger price than the 2, but it's not a race that I'd bet. I probably wouldn't even waste my time watching, but I think it's a match 1 and 2, and I'd go 1 at the price over 2.
So Spencer's selection in race 9 is trap 1, Tom's Cloder. Race 10 is an A7 over 450 metres, combat zone in 1, having a laugh in 2, jump on board in 3, Dooneen Violet in 4, Lenoddy Nidge in 5, and in 6, Coon of Sean. Spencer, what do you fancy?
I think 2's been in a better company. I've sided with 2. I've watched all this bit. It's 1 from 10 and come second once. I've had to watch all the videos, but I only normally go back 5 races, like I said earlier, but I don't have a clue where it's going to run. I can't for the life of me work out where it's going to go, what it's going to do. From 4, it goes in. From 3, it goes ski whiff. It goes all over. From 2, last time, it went middle to wide and finished on the rails. Last week, it just tried to find a gap. It ended up on the rails. So, I mean, Saving Grace's 3 is rather hopeless from the boxes. It just goes up with the tins religiously. So it's going to have more room to run in. I think 4 is going to be edging a touch towards 5 box. 5 is going to be edging in. 6 is probably, if it broke level, I'd expect it to lead, but I think it gives up once the dog comes alongside it. I mean, it led a long way last time. Ended up 5th, 10 lengths behind after leading about 4. And then you think, oh, it's in a sprint, it might do something here. Pops out, company comes alongside it, it anchors. I think 1 is a 27 dead dog when it's right, but it's lost 50 spots in the last few weeks. So I think it could be a touch sore, or at least it's not doing its own running. Look, probably 4 runs in 14 days probably ain't going to help. Not when you've got a front running sort where they cramp up anyway. So I can't think the shortage of dogs ain't helping. So I've sold 2. I thought it got stopped 3 times last time. It's probably a slow away early pace dog. I ain't got a clue where it's going to run. But if it gets to run, I think it's the fastest dog in this race by a long way. So 2's been in a better company.
So Spencer's selection in race 10 is trap 2, Having a Laugh. Race 11 is an A5 over 415 metres, Knock Roll Luck in 1, Trade Pippi in 2, Come Out Kipper in 3, Killimore Camilla in 4, Diesel Jack in 5, and in 6, Boy Sorry Betty. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Very tough race. Good quality race. Very tough. I think 1 and 2 would put each other out of the race if they track level. 3 run well last time. It's had a change of kennel since being at the track. Now with Nina Shine. Was with Enid Gowler and it wasn't lifting the leg up at all. Maybe change of kennels helped it. I don't know if she's a smaller kennel than Enid. 4's run absolute burst last time. It's a front runner, went into the bend, 4th ducked, ended up 3rd going into the back straight, and it's absolutely taken off. It's a front runner, it's come from off the speed and run really well. Moaning J-Lo isn't a mug off the front and gone past it like it was stood still. 5 is up 4 kilos. I don't know what's going on. At some point, the dog's got to stop eating. How can you be 4 kilos up in 4 weeks? It's ridiculous. When it first comes to the track, I honestly believe there would not be a dog round Harlow that could possibly lead it. It's just putting on weight. It's going up like a balloon. And now it's actually showing absolutely no speed to the corner. It's tracked the last twice and it's absolutely paceless to the corner. I think it's knackered already, to be honest with you. It would have been a runner. So I think 4's put in the race to give 5 a solo. It's going to be edging towards the rails. I don't think it's a 4 dog. I don't know if 5 wants to be 5 or 4. Definitely don't want 6, but it doesn't come out the tin straight, which doesn't help his case of where you're going to put it. Bolshoi Betty's had 1 run since coming back. If she goes bang, she will edge towards the middle, which would put 5 out of the race straight away. I mean, if 2 went bingo, that makes 1 a massive runner. When 2 goes bingo, it goes middle. Did it from 1. I checked to make sure. I found another race, don't know when, that it did it, and it went middle again after going bingo. So if 2 goes bang, 1's got a lovely little run. I think it's got a slight ease in grade. Nice dog. It's, always puts a shift in, as the SIS commentator would say. It's one of them. But yeah, it's a tough race. Hope for 2 to go bingo and 1 to profit from it, but very tough race. Trey Pippi probably would have been open class had she not got knocked over in an open early on. So yeah, not great luck for me. I think it's a nice type.
So Spencer's selection in race 11 is trap 1, Knock Roll Luck. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you click that subscribe button.